Hello, Adam.
Hello there. How are you?
Good, thanks. My name's Natasha from Diversity in Blockchain.
Uh-huh.
And as you know, we're doing a series of content in order to educate people and, open up the channels of networking and things like that. And the last guest left a question for you, which
Oh
is,
no. Oh no. Surprise question. Okay.
so it is, uh, how do you keep yourself safe online with regards to identity, scams, information?
That is, well, honest to goodness, I thought about that recently and I thought that is going to be the future of Web3. I'm not working on that problem, but I know some companies that are. Um, I think what you need to do is, okay, this is very, very, very broad. But you can have your own NFT that you can use to control all of your data and put it all in one place. You can use it to prove you're the person that's on the guest list to a party. You can use it to show your doctor that this is your actual health information. I know a lot of people in Philly that are working on problems like that.
Mhm.
Um, so I do think that the future of Web3 is going to be about identity protection.
Hmm.
That you own your identity and nobody else can take it from you. I think that is where Web3 is going to be the most valuable in 5 to 10 years, probably 5 to 3 years.
Yeah, with the rate that it changes, right?
Right. And I just think it's one of the biggest value adds that blockchain could provide to society. One of the biggest. Now, obviously, I care about solving crime with
Hmm.
with blockchain technology, but I do think that's one of the big ones. Mhm.
Cool. All right, so tell me a bit about more about this solving crime then.
Oh
Where
my.
is your space in the Web3 space?
Okay. So I use distributed ledger technology, blockchain, to collect live audio, video, and metadata of crimes in real time, and then in real time stream them to a public blockchain anonymously with a cryptographic intellectual property that we created.
Hmm.
So that way nobody can fake the data, not not ex-presidents, current presidents, not the
Treading.
presidents of the EU or Jeff Bezos or no one, right? If there is a use case for information that could never, ever, ever be corrupted, why don't we use it for violence and prosecution? So that's where I got into the blockchain space.
Interesting. And then because I'm not very tech minded, how would it actually work? Would you download an app and then you witness something happening and you like basically press record?
Pretty much, yeah. That's how like average citizens like you and I would interact with it. You download an app because that's your entrance into this ecosystem. You
Hmm.
push a button that records when you're in danger or you've witnessed another violent crime. And you can also use a secret safe word that only you know, like I like angry hippos in Alaska. I hope my phone's not around here so it doesn't start. Something you would never say in public, but only you know and use it. Keep yourself safe. And it starts a live stream that audio video to the blockchain while calling 112. I know you're in Spain, or 911 here in America, and then alerting your loved ones or your friends and family with the live audio video and location.
Hmm. All right, cool. Well, as I sent you a list of like the standardized questions, but I'm already going to go on
What,
to
you
some.
sent me a list? No, I know. I'm just picking
All
on
right,
you.
that's fine then. No, so I'm wondering like then, okay, imagine, okay, just saw on the news a couple of days ago here, a neighbor had recorded an assault
Mhm.
of a man on a woman. How does that work with the data privacy there then, really? Or does that
That's a
go out
good.
the window when you're committing a crime?
It does go out the window when you're committing a crime. I only know American laws. I don't know certain privacy laws in EU. Now we are GDPR compliant. We can be GDPR compliant with our technology because we stream this data anonymously.
Okay.
And I could get into technical aspects of that, but I don't think that's a little more boring. So if a crime in America, if a crime is being committed, even in that person's home, you can record data automatically.
Okay.
I mean, there is a 1976 wiretap law for
Hmm.
telephones in America. So there's 4 states in America that still have this law, but it's if there's a crime happening, it's irrelevant. But you can record data in the public street, in your own home, even if there is no crime being committed. But yeah, so there is not a problem with privacy in that case if there was a crime.
Okay, cool. And how did this idea come about? Was it your idea?
Oh yeah, it was my idea. Um, After I organized a voter registration event in Harrisburg, PA, the capital of Pennsylvania, I was uh I was attacked when I left. Somebody crushed the back of my skull with a cinder block, robbed me, and then tried to threaten my friend with rape.
Wow.
And I was in a coma for a while. A year after the attack, they brought the guy to trial. I mean, he was covered in my blood. He was picked up by police like right away. My
Hmm.
friend testified. I could remember nothing because I was in a coma.
Hmm.
And with all that evidence, the blood and my friend's testimony, etc., he was acquitted by a jury.
Wow.
And at that moment, I knew I was going to never let that happen to someone else. And
Mhm.
that's why I use blockchain, because I'm only trying to solve a problem, and it's a fucking perfect use case.
Yeah, definitely. So do you have a technical background as well then to be able to develop all of this? Or is it just the idea and you've got a group together?
It's an idea, and I brought together a lot of smart people.
Cool.
Before I was attacked, I was an actor out in the Bay Area.
Hmm.
Um, and then after I was attacked, I was in a coma and had other I have a disability from the day I was attacked.
Hmm.
And now I just focus on running this business. And I brought on Tamoy, my co-founder, and my advisors who are very close friends with like 20 years of experience in technology. And together we are building, I mean, we're building a better world.
Yeah, good. Is it available now then? Can somebody download this app? Is it an app now?
Yeah, you can see it as an app for you and I. It's a platform for like 911 operators and etc. But it's an app for you, how you and I distribute that data to the people we wanted to go to.
Uh-huh.
And we're in beta right now. So you can download it. You can go to www.zerosafe, Zebra, Echo, Echo, Roger,
Hmm.
SAFE.com. And you can download the beta and provide feedback to us. Yes. I would please don't right now use it if you're in a seriously dangerous situation, but you can use it to record your boss being an asshole or something like that.
Yeah, test run.
That stuff will work, but right now calling 911 is not enabled. We just call the test number 933.
Hmm.
But I would really appreciate feedback so we can build a better product, because we are going to market right now.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
What's your timeline then? Where do you expect to be with it and when?
Well, hopefully before the end of next month, we will have pilots running in universities. Our go-to-market strategy is in universities because much like 112 over in the EU, which we have gotten a sandbox from the EENA, which is
Hmm.
the department that's developing and executing NG 112 in the EU. They've given us a sandbox that works perfectly, but now we just need the political will to distribute it to the population. It's the same thing here in the US. There's $15 billion in the infrastructure pipeline from the federal government to build NG 911 capabilities for the call takers, 911 call takers, but they don't have that technology yet. So
Hmm.
we built the technology in preparation for you and I in preparation for that $15 billion. But you know who can use it right now is universities. All we have to do is there's a little more technical stuff in the background, but substitute 911 with the emergency call number for your university. So,
Hmm.
you're going from one party back to your dorm room. Maybe you're a little drunk, maybe you have, but maybe not. And then somebody starts following you,
Hmm.
feel comfortable, activate Zero, emergency, your 911, or sorry, your campus security officers can see where you are and can see the live video. And if you need help, they'll come and help you. Right. And
Great.
this is what 911 and 112 are going to look like. But there's a lot of money that needs distributed, and we need to pass the laws to make it happen. It's coming, but we're just a little ahead of the curve.
Great. I'm trying to think how I can weave in a diversity question. I mean, you did say
Oh,
disability from the attack. Do you think that's
yeah,
held you back in any way from doing more?
it's made it difficult some days.
Mm-hmm.
I have memory issues and brain damage from the attack. But what I have learned is that people with disabilities, and learned this from other founders, people with disabilities have had to live with their disability for some time,
Mm-hmm.
and we always find a way. If you are committed to solving a problem, you find a way. You know, my life has been completely upended, and I've had to adjust everything I do every
Mm-hmm.
day. Some people were born with their disability, and they've learned over 20, 30 years how to live with it. So we are already problem solvers.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my experience, is I'm always adapting. Just recently, I came up with a solution for my memory problems, and I'm testing it out. I'm iterating on it,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully it works. Yeah.
Good. Anyway, where do you see like the maybe outside of crime and your solution, where do you see the future of the technology going as a whole? Did you have any other ideas in the pipeline that
Oh yeah, lots of ideas in the pipeline, sister. So we received an SBIR Phase 1 contract from the United States Air Force last year, because this same IP that we developed to record crime, and nobody can dispute the data, can be used to record war crimes, to record satellite imagery of data, in war zones. It can be used to record interviews from journalists in war zones or wherever. So, and then you could prove that it was never deep faked.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So
right
even
now,
for
you can't
fake
trust
news.
anything.
Yeah. Uh, Certainly insightful anyway. So many ways it could go, isn't there? All right, what do you wish you'd known sooner, or what boundaries have you what barriers have you faced to doing more
Yeah.
and doing it more quickly?
Well, yeah, you did tell me that question in advance, and it's I kind of already answered it. For me, it's adjusting to my disability day after day.
Yeah.
And I get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the biggest thing for me, is because if I grow, my company grows.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, right now it's the market entry point. And with the market entry point comes the pre-seed investment. Stacks Ventures has been amazing. I mean, the Stacks community, I could talk all day about the Stacks community. But they are our lead investor for our pre-seed round. But that was committed before the market lost trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
And that's made it difficult in some ways, but it's not going to stop me.
Mm-hmm.
So the two barriers right now is because now we're looking at the market where we need a market entry point. We think we have some, and then a pre-seed raise. So
Okay.
those are our bigger barriers right now. Our team is working for, on average, $200 per month and
Wow.
deferred pay, because we believe in what we do, and it's more important than any of us.
Mm-hmm.
Together, we can succeed. But we know that all this mission is so much bigger than us.
Yeah. No, well, obviously it's fantastic initiative. When I started reading about it and chatting to you, I was like, yeah, I really want to know more about that. And so do you have another job to keep you going at the moment?
Oh, hell no.
No.
No one will hire me. I've been
This-
working by myself for 30 years or something like that. Ever since I was a 6-year-old, I've always had my own side hustle. I live by side hustles.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And then I've got another one for you, which is not on the list that I passed you either. So sorry, I really did throw you in at the deep end today.
I love it.
Where did the name Zia come from?
Interesting question. I was going to name it something more like My Life, My Story, about you can't take away from me what really happened to me.
Uh-huh.
But my very close friend, Bob Cohen, who helped invent the name Swiffer in the 90s, he's a
Uh-huh.
positioning expert, and he said, zero will be whatever you make it be. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And what I do in my life is I surround myself with genius people and then usually defer to them if they have a suggestion. And so I was like, okay, Bob.
But does it mean anything in particular, or it's just
It did not when we thought of it, but then later I researched it. It can be somebody's name,
uh-huh.
particularly in Middle Eastern areas. But it probably goes back to it was an Asian minor refrigeration technique from the 12th, 13th century. Used
Wow.
evaporation to cool things within an enclosed area. And it's still used today in some places.
Okay.
It's got a zeer pot.
All right.
And in
Interesting.
Dutch, it can mean very. So there are several.
Several ways to look at it. No, I like it though. I think it's more catchy. It's one that sticks with you because you're like, what does it mean first of all? And until you get into it, I like it. All right. What else would you like to share? Any other insight, wisdom, something you want to shout
Okay,
about?
I do have some insights in diversity.
Mhm.
Well, first, real quick, this is a side note, no, not insight, but sexual assault is the problem that we can help mitigate more quickly than anything.
Mhm.
After the guy was acquitted, I knew my life had changed. And over the next month or so, I was like, where is he said, she said a problem? Where is it his word against somebody else's, right?
Mhm.
Sexual assault, which is prevalent, still prevalent, even after the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Because if anything's captured on this, you can't fake it, right?
Mhm.
So that's one of the places that we think we can do a lot of good. Now, I believe that one of the most important things for an entrepreneur or anyone is to just keep learning. Um, you know, I also think it's important that we remember as a leader that everyone deserves the right to meaningful work,
Mhm.
and if you shut doors on certain cultures or gender or sexualities or anything else, you really are shutting doors to your ROI in the future. It's
Mhm.
been proven again and again and again that the more diverse your team is, the more money you make,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know?
that at the moment as well. I mean, that one is already well documented, but also
Mm.
like can you reduce your risk for lawsuits in general? Like, there's a lot of
Yes, that's true. I haven't thought about that much, but yeah, sure.
so many things that you go into. Did you have anything else from the original questions that I haven't asked you that you feel is
I'll leave with this. I'll end with this one because it's important to me. Lead with your heart.
hmm
Whatever you do in your life, do it from your heart. And I think you'll find the right path if you do.
Nice. Thank you. All right. And then the last thing I'm going to get you to do is
Oh
to come up
no.
with a question for our next guest.
Okay. I don't know who your next guest is, so I'm just
I
gonna
don't either at the moment.
right on, Natassja. Um, what is the most significant social impact solution using blockchain technology right now? The most significant social impact solution using blockchain? Because I
Okay.
can think of a lot of them, but I don't always see them on the market.
Mm. And I think that's it's going to be interesting to see. I did an interview the other day with Stephen from the Good Dollar. I don't know if you've heard of that initiative either.
What
That one is
what's it called?
called
What's it called?
the Good Dollar.
No, I'm gonna research it though.
Have a look. We did a chat on it, and he explains how it works. So I can send you the link to that. But I found that one very, very interesting as well.
Cool.
There's great impact, like the same as like with your one as well. The two of them for me, for example, is I like this kind of project where you really can help people.
That's all I care about. That's what my life is dedicated to, you
Mhm.
know? But that's just me. You should follow your own path. Everybody should.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will put that question to our next guest and let you know what they say.
My follow-up to that, if there isn't something on the market, what would you like to see?
Okay.
What kind of social impact solution would you like to see that uses blockchain?
All right. Cool. Brilliant. All right, well, I'm gonna stop recording and leave it just by saying thank you for coming on. It's been really interesting.
Thank you so much for having me, Natassja.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.